into it. So I'm going to talk today about the scale, right? The scale. Now, as a personal trainer, one of the things I try to do is I try to make sure that my clients don't look at the scale more than once a month. Now, what they do on their own is what they do, but what they tell me is something different. So the reason I don't want that is because the scale can be your enemy. What people tend to do is want to rush the process, and they'll get on the scale every day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, hoping they've lost a pound or two or three or four, or in some cases hoping they've gained weight. Excuse me. So what I suggest to people is that you don't get on the scale but once a month. Now me, I get on it maybe 5 or 6 times a month because I don't want to get to too far above my target weight. And, the last time I was there, I think I was 230, and I'm up to 242 now. But it's easy to lose weight for me, and it's easy to gain weight. But you have some people, what's up, Cypress? You have some people who get on the scale every other day because they're like, oh man, I got to lose this weight. I got to lose that weight. And they literally want to rush the process over and over. And I train mostly women. Not that I can't or won't train men, but it's just that a lot of women really have that desire in them, especially women of color. So they got to stay away from that scale. One, because a woman's body is different than a man's body. It just is. They got the water weight, they got the bloating, that time of the month. So it can affect a lot of stuff. With women, it's more about inches. As long as you lose in inches, you're fine. Because one of my clients in particular, she's pre-diabetic. So you got to deal with that too. So they don't understand that certain things they have to eat, certain times, certain foods they need to eat. Hey, Angel, certain things they need to eat and certain times they need to eat, right? So with a man's body, it's different. Like we don't have cramps, we don't have periods. So I don't know how a woman's body works like that. I can't tell a woman how to do this. All I can tell her is what to eat, how to eat it, and it's up to her. Even my male clients. But stay off the scale. The scale, I mean, if you're not losing the weight you want, is different. Go ahead, Angel. I'm listening. It's about inches, though. It's about inches. And sometimes fat can turn into muscle. So since muscle is heavier, you're not going to lose a lot of weight. You're going to gain weight. But you can tell your body composition changes because your clothes fit differently. So if your clothes are fitting differently, either you're losing inches or that fat is turning into muscle. So you're doing good either way. The scale is not going to necessarily show that because your fat is turning into muscle, which is heavier. So it might show you gaining weight, or it might show you the pounds are different. But that can also mean the fat is turning into muscle. So it's not a bad thing. I have arthritis in the knees. How do I exercise without hurting more? Hey, McDude, 1298. Well, one of the things I suggest, that's a great question. You got to stretch. There's certain stretches. I can send you those stretches, Angel. Reach out to me. But, it's best to exercise after you stretch. I suggest when you do stretch, at least 8 to 10 minutes of stretching, like constant stretching. That's what I do. I stretch. I'm 45. I'm not out there just going to exercise and that's it. Some people come in the gym and the first thing they do is get on a treadmill or start exercising. No, you stretch. You make sure you stretch. Do not just I'm telling you, you will mess yourself up. When y'all look at athletes, before they play games, what do you see them doing for 30 minutes, 45 minutes? Stretching. The same thing when you work out. You got to stretch your body. Get them hips open, get them legs, get them joints loose, and you stretch. That's what you do. So if you have arthritis in your knees, I would also suggest getting you got knee, if you can get a heated knee brace before you work out or after you work out. Make sure you shower or take a bath and then put the heated knee brace on. Temu is. I know Tamara talk about it. My Temu cart, man. Sometimes I gotta put myself on punishment too, because Temu be getting busy with my money. Get you one of those, or put some ice. You can put ice on your knees or heat. Either way, icy hot stuff like that. But make sure you stretch and drink plenty of water, and you do proper knee stretching exercises or hip stretching exercises that will help you. And you don't want to put too much pressure on your knees either. You really don't want to. You want to make sure that you're doing just enough stretching to open you up for that particular workout. You don't have to do a whole lot. I promise it's not hard. They will get on the scale, but most won't put in the proper work to lose the weight. Cypress, you're right. one of my clients, she's a Mo. She like I said, she's pre-diabetic. You good, Angel? So, what'll happen is she loses like sometimes a pound or two a month, and she's happy with that. But I can see her body changing. I can see the difference. But you got some people who are small-minded and they lose 1 pound a month. They're like, man, why am I paying for this? It's a slow process. Losing weight is a marathon, not a sprint. Some people look at these commercials and say, I'm going to lose this amount of weight in this amount of time. So you ask them, how much you want to lose? I want to lose 20 pounds in a month. I don't know what to tell you. You want to lose 20 pounds in a month. You can go to Ozempic. You can go to these shots. I don't suggest that. I prefer the natural way. 20 pounds. I can lose about 8 or 10 in a month if I really wanted to. But 20, that's hard, especially when you're not eating right. And if you just started working out, you're not going to put in the grind to lose that in a month because people are too busy fasting. Let me tell you about fasting, right? Excuse me. Fasting is biblical. The reason the Bible wants people to fast is for spiritual reasons. Or like if something is in the place of God, you fast because your church told you to fast. No, that's not what fasting is about. If you want to fast, let it be because you want to fast, not because somebody else told you to do it. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that. It's got to be for a specific reason, for a specific purpose, not because, well, my congregation doing this, so we all doing the 30-day fast, we not eating before 12 o'clock. That's a bunch of garbage. Where is that in the Bible? Anyway, people fast and they prevent themselves from eating. And your body is like, you're shocking your body to the point where you're just making yourself more hungry. So when you do eat, it's like, man, I'm hungry. I'm just going to be gluttonous. So you've defeated the purpose of fasting. Losing 20 pounds is really stretching in 30 days. Yeah, you're right, Cypress. I mean, maybe 3 months. And some people want to gain a lot of weight. I got a guy who wants to train with me because he wants to play football. And he was like, well, I got until August. I want to put on some muscle. He's kind of, fat now, but he hadn't started yet. I hope he doesn't get to the point where it's 2 months before the season and like, well, help me do this. Bro, what are you talking about? We could have been doing, you 5 months behind. So people have a lot of stuff misconstrued when it comes to weight loss and weight gain and muscle gain and muscle loss. You don't want to do too much cardio because eventually you'll do so much cardio that your body will start shedding the muscle instead of the fat. You don't want to be below a certain level of fat. We need fat on our body. We need it. We just do. We need, I'm not saying a disproportionate amount of fat, like 20, 30%. I'm saying we need fat. Everybody needs some level of fat. But all in all, stay off the scale. Don't get on the scale and don't be disappointed. If you're working out, right? And this is for anybody who wants to start, anybody who will see this video later on. If you start working out and you say, well, I'm not losing the weight I want to in the amount of time I want to, don't get discouraged. Do not. There was a time I wouldn't. It's a mental thing because people develop what we call body dysmorphia. Body dysmorphia is like somebody can tell you, or multiple people can tell you, you look different. But when you look in the mirror, you're like, man, this is terrible. I look ugly. It's crazy. And you really don't. But in your mind, you've convinced yourself that you look a way that you really don't. That's body dysmorphia right there in a nutshell. Dysmorphia. Dysmorphia. Like you can literally look at your body in the mirror and instead of being proud of what you see, your mind is telling you you're still ugly. I see it all the time. And I'd be like, what are you looking at? Even when people telling you you're doing better. In your mind, you see your body, but your mind is telling you something different. So don't ever get to that point. That's what the scale can do. The scale can be your enemy. It can be. So what I suggest is, like I said, make sure you're stretching. Make sure you're drinking the proper amount of water. I suggest at least a half a gallon a day. I'm up to a gallon. Yeah, Cypress. Money ain't. I don't care about money. Like when I see my clients, and I'm not trying to hype myself up, but the longer I train my clients, the less I charge them because I'm always taking out $5 increments because I want to see them progress. If they show me they're not wasting my time, I'm cool with that. If they're wasting my time, I'm gonna be like, hey, you just keep paying what I'm charging. I don't even charge. I charge $35 a session. A session could be 40 minutes. A session could be an hour and a half. But I don't really care about money like that. It's cool. Money's cool, but that's it. Um, I want people to be happy with themselves, and it's gonna take some time for some people. Like when I'm not gonna give people unrealistic expectations. Like, well, we're gonna hit this goal in 6 months or 8 months. No, it can take years to look how you want. It can take years. I'm not gonna lie. Lying is just a waste of time. I'm not gonna lie to people for their money. I'm not gonna lie for free. I don't rock like that. I just want people to be pleased with the result, but you got to put in the work. Being a trainer can be difficult sometimes because you're not always with the person. So you can tell them what to do, and you hope they do it. That's why I always ask them, what'd you eat today? What'd you eat yesterday? What'd you eat last week? And I want them to be honest. And sometimes they'll tell me. That's why I be putting some of them on the scale, on the treadmill for so long. They'll be like, well, I ate this the other day. I'll be like, for real? Yeah, my bad. And I gotta punish them. I gotta put them on the treadmill for like 45 minutes. We're gonna burn them calories off. I appreciate that, Angel, the real boss. I'm trying. I know some of those exercises seem repetitive, but those are the best ones. Let your body get used to it, used to the same exercises. Like I always say, it's like a relationship. You know, the longer you're with somebody, the more you find out about them, the better you are. Always doing something different. That's cool, but no, you need to do the same thing sometimes over and over. You can add weight or take away weight, but you need to do the same exercises. Let your body get used to it. Try something else, but always remember, sometimes the same exercises work. For some people it doesn't. For most people it does. Do the same stuff. Um, I'm, 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 I got a goal to get a 6-pack by April the 1st. You know, y'all see the shoulders and bro. I gotta look the part too. I can't just be training folks and then look all busted. You know, like I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm just thankful I'm up to 8 clients now, which is it's a blessing. It's a blessing. So tomorrow I got 3, so I'm just training them together. People fail to realize after you lose the weight, it takes discipline to keep it off. Exactly, exactly, exactly. Are you Big Drip? Are you asking to be a moderator? Could you are you asking to be a moderator? Yeah, Cypress, you're right. You're right. The maintain stage. I got 4 stages that I start. I start with the beginner stage, then the strength training stage, then what's the next one? Okay, strength is beginning stage, strength training stage. Oh yeah, the goal stage, then the maintaining stage. Big 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 Drip. I ain't never seen you in here, man. I mean, I don't know if you're a man or woman. I don't know. I ain't never seen you in here. So I don't mind making you a moderator. I've never seen you. I used to take them diet pills until my heart was racing so fast I stopped. Yeah. One of the things people have been asking me about is creatine, right? So, you know, creatine has its pros and cons. The cons are you can get massive headaches if you don't drink enough water. And 2 is water weight. Water weight. Like the wrestlers and them athletes be taking the creatine. If you're gonna take I don't suggest creatine, but if people are gonna take it, you gotta take it very, very small doses. Very small. And once you start, it's almost impossible to stop unless you take it in really small increments. I don't suggest it. I'd rather do stuff natural. I'd rather do it natural. So I don't suggest creatine because those headaches feel like migraines. But Cypress, you got some good points. I think but I heard you drink all them Coca-Cola, Cypress. What's up with that, man? That's nothing but sugar. That's liquid in a can, bro. Liquid sugar in a can. Stay off the scale. At the end of the big Drip, I'll tell you what. If you show me consistency when I do lives, if you comment on my videos more, I'll strongly consider making you a moderator. But I don't see you enough. I'm not saying you don't deserve it. I just don't see you enough. So I'm being very cautious when it comes to that. But I appreciate you wanting to be. I just don't see you enough. So be more consistent on my videos. I'm not saying I don't want no money. I ain't finna get on here and beg for money. I don't do that. I'm not gonna beg for subscribers. I ain't doing none of that. I just want to see you comment more. That's all. I'm never gonna be monetizing this. I don't care to do that. Shout out to the people that do, but that ain't me. But yeah, it ain't about the money. I want people to feel better about themselves. You know, a healthy life That right there is the benefit when you feel good about yourself, because a lot of people don't feel good about themselves. And that's what I want people to do, because there was a time I didn't feel good about myself. Angel, the real boss, you're right. I will. I will. So that's it. Scale 1 to 2 times a month, no more than that. 1 or 2 times a month. And cyber, yeah. 1 or 2 times a month, that's it. Try to stay off the scale, because the scale can be manipulative. You get on and you get disappointed. Like, man, I've seen people get so close and then they don't see immediate results unless next thing you know they just done. Don't give up, don't quit, because I can tell you who wants you to give up, them hospitals, because they like seeing sick people. They don't want that the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration, they want people to be sick. People over Medicare and Medicaid, they want people to be sick. That's how they make their money. You don't want that. You want to be healthy. So the goal is to be healthy. Make 2026 that year. Start Cypress. Get rid of them Coca-Colas. And don't give me that look either, Cypress, because you know how you are. Stop drinking them Coca-Colas. No sodas. Just drink water. I be drinking. I'm big on protein. This is the protein I got now. Whey protein. Whatever that leans you out. That leans you out. Whey protein. Now that mass gain and all that. No. Whey. WHEY. You're right, Cypress. Money in the medicine. It's not money in the cure. It's money in the medication. Money in the medicine. I wasn't gonna be on here long. Like I said, a few of these people I know from another page I frequent. Real Talk with Tamara, Alabama Hitter, y'all. Y'all, Cypress TV. Even though Cypress is a CMG guy, y'all go to their page and subscribe to those channels. Real Talk with Tamara, the Alabama Hitter, HITTA, Cypress TV. Y'all subscribe to their channels and then rock with them. But that's how I appreciate them always coming and supporting me. And y'all, that's it, man. Just anybody have any questions, y'all reach out to me. Cypress, I thought you had my number, but I gotta find a way to get you my number from when your boy get arrested. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. Like I said, my scale is over there. I'm good. But y'all keep supporting my clients too. I appreciate all the love they get, the support. Keep it respectful in the comments, please, because I do train a lot of women. Some of them follow me, and I follow them and they see the comments, so don't be disrespectful. And that's it, man. Y'all have a good night. God bless. Thank you for supporting. I see the 3 people in the chat now, the 4 likes. Those are genuine numbers. I don't inflate my numbers like, some people. But anyway, God bless. Y'all have a good night, man. I'm out. Long live Dolph. I know you don't like that, Cypress.